Hi guys, this is day one of lesson 22. It takes all the angle relationships that we learned and kind of takes it a step further. Okay, so we've talked in the past about supplementary angles, those angles that form a straight line that makes 180 degrees. We talked about angles that were created when parallel lines are crossed by transversal, that creates different types of angles, vertical angles, alternate interior angles, corresponding angles, and so on. And today we take it a step further and look at angles angles of a triangle. Okay, so a few things that we need to know is that angles of a triangle, when you have a triangle, the interior angles of a triangle, so the inside of the triangle here, if you add up the measurement of the interior angles of a triangle, it's going to equal 180 degrees. And in this example here, it actually gives you a little example of how you can prove that. Okay, so from our previous lesson here, we know that angles 1, 2, and 3 here is a supplementary angle. It makes a straight line. Okay, we also know that because this is a parallel line, this top line and the bottom line here, they're parallel lines cut by a transversal, that alternate interior angles are equal as well. So 1 and 4 is equal. Okay, also on the other side, 3 and 5 are equal as well because they are alternate interior angles. So if angles 1, 2, and 3 equals to 180 degrees because it makes that straight line, then angle 2, 4, and 5 also equals 180 degrees because angle 1 is congruent to angle 4, angle 3, okay, and then angle 2 is still angle 2. Okay, so the next part, it says, let's go ahead and read this part. It says the measure of the exterior angles of a triangle plus the measure of the adjacent interior angles equal to 180. Okay, and so what in the world are they talking about here? Okay, so the exterior angle of a triangle is that angle that that is made when a line is extended past that triangle. So here's an interior angle, and then here's the exterior angle. So it makes sense because if you look at it here, it makes a straight line. Okay, so whatever this is and whatever that is, when you add it together, it equals to 180 degrees. Okay, so you can safely say that this angle right here, that exterior angle, equals to the sum of this angle here and this angle here, because if you add up all three of the angles of the triangle, it's going to equal to 180 degrees. If you also add up this interior angle and this exterior angle, it makes a straight line. It's also 180 degrees. Okay, it says right here in the diagram below, the measure of angle W right here and angle X equals to 180 degrees. How do you know? Because it forms a straight line. Okay, so this exterior angle with that interior angle forms a straight line. Okay, I think I went a little too far here, so I'm going to have to go backwards to get to where we need to be. Whoops. There you go. Okay, so this is the second page of day one here. It says in the diagram to the right, angle B, here's angle B, and angle D, they are congruent, and the symbol that they use for congruency is an equal sign with a squiggly line on top. That means that they are the same measurement. Okay, so they're congruent to one another. B and D are congruent, as well as A and F are also congruent. Okay, so it says that if A and F is 20 degrees, and B and D are 115 degrees, we know that C and E also has to be congruent. That means they have the same measure. Okay, and so what they did is they did 20 plus 115 plus whatever the measure of angle C is going to equal to 180. Okay, from there they combined these guys together, which gives them 130, and they subtracted that from 180 to give you the measure of angle C, which is 45. So if this is angle C, it's 45 degrees. This is also angle C and 45 degrees because the interior angles of a triangle need to be 180 degrees. Okay, and they go on to talk about corresponding sides of similar triangles, those triangles that are proportional to one another, where the angles are congruent. It says that these similar sides also have proportional sides as well. These similar triangles have proportional sides as well. So the side AB is proportional to side FD, which is proportional, and BC, I'm sorry, BC is proportional to DE, and CA is proportional to EF. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at number 1 here, and I'm going to have you guys actually try this on your own, but I want to go ahead and give you a little bit of pointers on here. It says angle P is 30 degrees, angle S is 30 degrees, and notice how they kind of tricked you a little bit because they didn't make it stand just exactly the same like these guys here. Okay, they kind of moved it around, but you have to look at it carefully. So angle P is 30, angle S is 30 as well. That means P and S are congruent. Angle Q is not 90, I'm sorry, 60, and angle T is also 60. These two angles are congruent. Okay, so that means these two angles here, R and U, are congruent, and you're asked to find out what the measurement of angle R is and how you found that out. Okay, go ahead and try that on your own. Good luck. All right, see you later, guys.